Hi, welcome to the quiz. You will be presented with multiple choice questions, each displayed on screen for a short time. Please make sure to attempt answering all the questions. Quizzes help us to reinforce our knowledge, identify areas where we need to focus more, and improve our overall performance. Taking quizzes can also help to increase retention and make the learning process more engaging and enjoyable. With that out of the way, you can answer along on quizalto.com. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started. Good luck. What is the function of the AWS Database Migration Service Task Database Endpoint? Define the source and target database connection details. Optimize network traffic. Encrypt data in transit. Automate database provisioning. What is the outcome of using the data validation feature in AWS Database Migration Service? Automatically scale database performance. Audit database security settings. Maintain optimal network bandwidth. Verify data consistency between source and target databases. What is the outcome of using the AWS Database Migration Service task logs to monitor migration tasks? Secure database connections during migration. Optimize network bandwidth for data transfer. Track progress and identify errors during migration. Automatically adjust database performance settings. What is the benefit of AWS Database Migration Service handling schema conversion automatically? Automates user access control. Eases compliance with data regulations. Reduces human error and ensures accuracy. Improves network performance. What is the purpose of the AWS Database Migration Service progress page? To manage user permissions. To view server logs. To track the status of ongoing migration tasks. To process payment for the migration service. What is the recommended approach for sizing the replication instance in AWS Database Migration Service? Select the smallest instance type available. Set the instance size to the maximum available. Use the same instance type for source and target. Based on the source database workload. How does AWS Database Migration Service ensure data integrity during the migration process? By using validation checks before and after migration. By deleting any conflicting data. By compressing the data to ensure consistency. By prioritizing speed over data integrity. How does AWS Database Migration Service ensure compatibility between source and target databases? By scheduling automated backups. By compressing data for faster transfer. By optimizing network traffic. By converting schema elements and data formats automatically. What is a benefit of using AWS Database Migration Service for migrating databases to Amazon Aurora? Automated schema conversion. Higher storage capacity for migrated data. Seamless integration and compatibility. Reduced network bandwidth usage. What is the purpose of the AWS Database Migration Service Task Settings menu? To customize the migration process according to specific requirements. To schedule automated backups. To select the color scheme for the service interface. To manage user permissions. What is the outcome of using the AWS Database Migration Service Validation feature on a migration task? Encrypt data during data transfer. Identify potential inconsistencies between source and target data. Automatically tune database performance settings. Reduce the migration duration. What databases are supported for migration by AWS Database Migration Service? MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, SQL Server, SAP ASE. SQLite, Couchbase, MariaDB, DB2. MongoDB, Cassandra, Redis, Elasticsearch. DynamoDB, Amazon RDS, Amazon Redshift, Amazon Aurora. What is the primary purpose of the pre-migration assessment report in AWS Database Migration Service? Provide detailed instructions for database schema conversion. Select the type of encryption to use during migration. Identify network bandwidth requirements for the migration. Check for compatibility issues between source and target database. What is the primary function of the AWS Database Migration Service replication tasks? Load data into the target database. Transfer data incrementally from source to target. Compress data before transfer. Monitor database performance during migration. What is the purpose of the AWS Database Migration Service logging settings menu? To configure logging options for migration tasks. To schedule server backups. To optimize server performance. To manage network routing. What is the primary benefit of using AWS Database Migration Service validations before migration? Encrypts data during migration. Optimizes network connectivity. Identifies potential issues or errors in the migration process. Automates server provisioning. What is the main advantage of using the AWS Database Migration Service task settings for task navigation? Customize migration steps based on specific requirements. Ensure data consistency across different engines. Optimize data transfer speeds. Automatically convert the database engine. What is the purpose of the AWS Database Migration Service full load task settings? Specify the initial data load from the source. Automate schema conversion during migration. Optimize query performance post-migration. Ensure encryption of data in transit. What is the recommended use case for the data validation feature in AWS Database Migration Service? Optimize the network bandwidth for data transfer. Perform schema conversion during migration. Generate performance reports during migration. Verify data accuracy post-migration. What is a use case for using AWS Database Migration Service? Migrating an on-premises database to AWS. Building a real-time analytics platform. Scaling compute resources in an existing database. Adding multi-factor authentication to a database. What is the purpose of the AWS Database Migration Service replication instance? To load data into the target database. To capture changes from the source database. To encrypt data in transit. To compress data before transfer. How does AWS Database Migration Service handle data that is being continuously updated during migration? Captures and applies the changes in real time using change data capture. Rolls back all changes made during the migration. Deletes the data and starts fresh on the target database. Halts the migration until data is no longer being updated. What is the primary purpose of AWS Database Migration Service? Running containerized applications. Automating server monitoring. Building serverless applications. Migrating databases to AWS. What is the maximum storage capacity for a single AWS database migration service task? 8 terabytes. 4 terabytes. 2 terabytes. 6 terabytes. What is the primary benefit of using the AWS Database Migration Service Assessment Report? Automatically adjust database performance settings. Identify potential compatibility issues with the target engine. Select the most cost-effective data transfer method. Encrypt data at rest during the migration. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.